Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is January the 14th, 2021. Wow, it's the future. Strong hand, long-term thinking. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. I'm offended by saying be a unique beast. Fitting in is overrated. Do not accept the new normal. Golden age of the 2020s. Oh, yeah. 2024 having hype. I'm already hyped about it. Okay. Hello, my lead friends. If you have questions, I have answers. Type in BitcoinMeister or do a super chat. Oh, yeah. We got back to 40K. Of course. Come on. Come on. It always returns to its all-time high. Only newbies don't get that one. All right. And now it's below it again. Who gives a darn? Value your wealth in Bitcoin. 26 Bitcoin make you a millionaire, though. All you fiat freaks out there who come up with excuses why you couldn't buy 26 Bitcoin back in 2015. Oh, well. Okay, you can still get in on this, baby. Best guest in the freaking space tomorrow, Friday, 2 p.m. Miami time. And okay, let's start off with the news here. Bernie Sanders is the Senate Budget Committee's new chair. I mean, this was if you would have said this like 8 years ago, because Bernie Sanders was around back then, he's going to be in charge of the Budget Committee in the Senate, the United States Senate. People would laugh. A socialist is going to be in charge of the money in the Senate? Well, that's what we're getting here. Dan Tapiero tweets out, it's linked to below. I'll link to everything below eventually. Clear guarantee that fiat will be debased further. Self-proclaimed socialists controlling government spending. Has that ever happened in U.S. history? No, it hasn't. Lifetime politician focused on redistribution. Very bullish for Bitcoin. I agree. I don't see how you cannot be in Bitcoin at this point. If you're still into whatever the dollar is feeding you, I don't know. I mean, you've got some issues, dudes. Bernie Sanders in charge of the money over there in the Senate, a socialist. He is gonna woke you all up, right? It's gonna be very woke over there. Bitcoin's not woke. Come to the right side of things here, all right? And when I say right, I mean correct. All right. Now, even though he's on the wrong and he's on the way left there too. Woo! All right. So remember that. And it's just interesting times. And yeah, if you wonder why Bitcoin's going up so much, there's one reason right there. Bernie Sanders has got a major say in the money printing over the dollar. I mean, unbelievable. Now, speaking about fiat freaks, there is a site out there. Fiatmarketcap.com. Great site. Bitcoin if Bitcoin was a fiat currency, it would be number 16, okay? By market capitalization. And so there were some people, there was a thread where someone, and we've seen similar threads, and I've talked about this basic concept for a while, that how are there any companies out there that are going to be have a market cap that's more than Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the security truth machine. It's a currency. It's all sorts of things. Gold 2.0. How can Apple at $2.1 trillion be worth more than Bitcoin? Well, right now it can be. People are still finding out. People need a big slap in the face from Bernie Sanders. They'll get it. I mean, when they hear about politics, they're hearing about other things. You know, that's not too glamorous to them. You know, that's actually a substantial thing. When Bernie Sanders is in charge of the money, you know, people would rather worry about the other political stuff in the news, and I'm not going to get into that. You know, dealing more with elections and whatnot. So the people, of course, I'm on the side of things that, yeah, we're one day closer to Bitcoin being worth more than every company on Earth, which means it has to be worth more than $2.1 trillion to surpass Apple. Anyway, but there are people in this thread. Here we go. This is a view that's the opposite of mine, and we're going to tear it apart. I know, right? Companies that make real things and offer usable services don't deserve to be valued more than the continuous transfer of mathematical formula held in digital suspension, which every transaction of burns enough energy to power a home for 20 days. All right, so he rips on Bitcoin for its energy usage. I mean, typical FUD points that it's in the ether, and then Apple actually makes something for real. So he thinks it's crazy that how can something that doesn't really exist be worth more than Apple? Well, first of all, the security truth machine in this time when there is no truth out there, it's got some value, okay? Now, let's take a look at that chart. The 16th, Bitcoin would be number 16 in fiat if it was its own fiat currency. Canada, they print a lot of money, all right? That the market cap of Canada is greater, the Canadian dollar is greater than Apple, all right? And so, indeed, they just print it out of thin air, dude. They don't produce anything. The Canadian government, the Canadian dollar produces nothing. It's just paper, or it doesn't even exist. It's digital, okay? And that is worth more than Apple, okay? So if that is worth more than Apple, okay, this country, and it's a great country, but it's not China, it's not the United States, it's not the European Union, it's not Japan, it's on the tier below, all right, the slightly lower tier, all right. The whole world recognizes, everyone agrees that if Justin Trudeau, this woke dude, he says, start the money presses. Everyone believe me, it's worth something. It's worth something. It's worth. That's blind faith in Justin Trudeau is worth more than Apple. So that is the state of the world, okay? I didn't make the state of the world up. That's reality on the ground. You can do your theory. Again, we talked about this yesterday. Theoretically, how can something that just printed out of thin air from a country that's not as powerful as the top tier countries, how could that be worth more than Apple? Apple makes all these great products and it's changed the world. Theoretically, how is that? It's possible. It's happening. So if the Canadian dollar, you're given this argument that Bitcoin produces nothing, the Bitcoin is nothing. It is the security. It is something, though. You just don't grasp that. But even if you say Bitcoin is nothing, the Canadian dollar is a lot worse, okay? And it's worth more than Apple. All right, so you go to those charts, you see all the countries that are worth their currencies, their market caps are worth more than Apple, okay? This is the world. That's reality, okay? So, of course, Bitcoin is going to be worth more than the freaking Canadian dollar one day. No doubt about it, and it makes plenty of sense. By the way, Brady, Ken, and Denver were on This Week at Bitcoin show on Friday. It was great. It's linked to below. DisruptMeister.com, TechBalt.com. Follow me on Twitter, TechBalt, TECHBLT. Linked to below is also my latest TikTok. Now, the GBTC, I mean, they're dominating. You might not like Barry Silbert. You might not like GBTC. I tell people, buy the real thing, Bitcoin. Don't pay some premium for this ridiculous GBTC. But the dude puts the ads out there. He puts the marketing out there. He puts the information out there. He's got an ad in today's Wall Street Journal. I linked to it below. Grayscale bringing Bitcoin to the masses. He is really trying to do that. And people are going to say, well, it's terrible. He's telling people to buy GBTC instead of Bitcoin, which is not really Bitcoin. But hey, compete, don't complain. All right, you put an ad in the freaking. People can find out what the real thing is if they want it, but they don't, and so they end up buying this thing. Now we've got some GBTC stats I'm going to share with you in a second that are very interesting because it's most of the money flowing into GBTC is from institutions. It's not retirement, people's retirement accounts and whatnot. Still, he's definitely generating incredible interest in Bitcoin, and yeah, he talks about in the ad. It straight up says Bitcoin or crypto in your portfolio. It's talking about your regular financial portfolio. You need to have Bitcoin. Of course, he says you need to have GBTC, but it's getting close. It's becoming normalized. This dude has made Bitcoin normalized for the normies. He's be it institutions, be it individuals with retirement accounts, be it just regular individuals. Wednesday's show is linked to in the chat for those of you that are watching this live. I see plenty of you are there. UK BitcoinMeister, I missed your live show. I watched it taped. Good job. I keep on falling asleep in the middle of the day because of a weird schedule I'm on lately. But keep on doing what you're doing. Everybody check out his show. Johnny in NY says, I miss you, buddy. I don't know why you miss me because I'm here every day. There's no reason to miss me. But cool. I'm glad you're around here in the chat today. Okay, now moving on to the next subject matter at hand. And again, if you've got if you want to say something here, if you want me to answer your question, type in BitcoinMeister or do a super chat. I cannot see it otherwise. Now, but a credit card. Oh, credit cards. You really need more credit cards. Well, this is going to be a trend. Gemini has a credit is going to have a credit card. They bought a company that had that was planning a crypto rewards credit card. You spend with your credit card, you're going to get a crypto rewards. And BlockFi already does something like this. And I don't know if BlockFi has a fee on their credit card, so I assume these guys are going to have a fee. Gemini. I do not like fees on credit cards, but I couldn't find anywhere if Gemini is going to have a fee or not. I linked to their wait list if you want to get on their wait list. And I'm going to read you what I got in their email. Obviously, they made the headlines with this. More companies are going to do this because people don't want their miles rewards anymore. The government has scared everyone about flying on planes and all these screaming Karens, or people aren't flying as much anymore. Very disappointed. I'm flying as much and it's discounted for me. But anyway, because of the way the government works, the government has bailed out the airlines, and thus they're subsidizing the prices are low still. But you guys choose not to fly. That's your thing right there. All right. But miles rewards, people don't want those free miles as much as they did. But maybe they will want this. They probably will want this. This is going to be a way to incentivize use of credit cards. Hey, you use your credit card and get into debt, and we'll give you a couple some crypto. It doesn't even have to be Bitcoin. Yeah, we'll just give you some Litecoin. Yeah, it's just as good, right? Yeah. All right, now it's not. But let's see, Gemini. We are thrilled to announce the upcoming launch of Gemini Credit Card. Oh, you are. And I give, hey, compete, don't complain. Winklevoss brothers, you go ahead and do this. If the normies want to spend, and get into debt and then think they're doing okay because they've gotten into incredible debt on your credit card and they're getting 3% return into crypto, okay, that's great. Maybe they can be profitable that way. I just straight up buy it. Why don't they just straight up buy crypto from you? I mean, that Bitcoin from you. That's what they should do. But hey, people, complexity worship, and buy, spend. hyper consumerism. That's what people are used to. So, hey, the waiting list for the credit card is open now, and we wanted to you to know about it first. If you're interested in applying for the credit card when it's released, sign up for the wait list to get early access. We'll email you when the credit card becomes available. With the Gemini credit card, you can earn up to 3% back, on every purchase in Bitcoin or crypto. So they're going to give you Bitcoin or crypto up to 3%. The card will be available in all 50 U.S. states. Oh, that's great. New York isn't blocking it. Cool. And accepted wherever major credit cards are accepted. Okay, and Decrypt wrote about it also. Good for them. They're in motion. In other Winklevoss news, they're considering taking Gemini public. Oh, yeah, they're on their way to becoming the first trillionaires on Earth. That's their goal. And good luck to them, because if they become the first trillionaires on Earth, bam! That's good for us Bitcoin holders. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Now, what's this? Oh, the FinCEN fudders. I kind of thought something like this would happen, because I didn't think it made sense. Mnuchin will be gone as Secretary of the Treasury very soon. He was the one that came up with this silly idea of having, if Coinbase. If you foolishly are keeping your Bitcoin at Coinbase, a third-party wallet, you have to say who you're sending it to, okay? Or they have to say who you're sending it to. Whatever. These ridiculous wallet regulations for people who do not control their own private key, basically. And there was we could give feedback to the Treasury. Well, they've extended the feedback period here. FinCEN extends a comment period for controversial crypto wallet rule by 15 days. That's into the next administration, all right? So he's not going to be in charge of this anymore, which is good. So maybe the Biden administration won't even care about this, all right? Maybe they'll drop it. Bureaucracy, they don't really drop lame things like this usually. But there's perhaps most important, the 15-day extension means Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, who will be out of office by the time the comments period closes, perhaps allowing for FinCEN to better incorporate industry feedback, or maybe they'll just forget about it. Wishful thinking. Okay, so there's your United States interference news of the day. Still, I'd rather be anywhere. I'd rather be in the United States than anywhere right now during this era. And yeah, United States is the capital of Bitcoin on the planet. It is. I've seen it. I've been all over the place. I just don't, hide in a basement and make up stories about wishing to go to other places. I've been on every darn continent except Antarctica. Now, great. Unfortunately, 2020, we had some issues with international travel. Hopefully, it will open up again. Grayscale, but I'm not taking any. Anyway, now Grayscale confirms that the institutions are here. 87% of people of people throwing or entities throwing money at them is institutional investors. 2% retirement accounts. You can see the chart below, but yes, it's the institutions who can't hold their own Bitcoin. They need to do it this like roundabout way that are tossing money at Grayscale, and Grayscale keeps on buying real Bitcoin for their fund. Okay, good. It's not my thing, but the numbers are out there. And all right, the Reed Womack, who has been on my show before, best guest in the freaking space. Of course, I bring you every freaking Friday. Here's a typical story. He said, I just called my cousin to check in on him and his Bitcoin. It took him over a year of convincing to get him to buy some. He sold at $9,000 in late July. Ouch! Pound that like button for the people who weren't weak-handed. But I have a friend, and I'm scared to contact him because I know back in the day when Bitcoin was $700, he bought $100 worth. He bought a seventh of a Bitcoin, and I know he still owned it in 2017. And I haven't brought up the matter with him since then. Like, I'm gonna feel like ill if he has sold his 1/7 of a Bitcoin in between 2017 and what awesomeness is going on now. But he paid $100 for it, and 1/7 of let's do a real of $35,000 is $5,000, and it's worth more than 35 right now. It's worth 38 some or 39. Sorry, I'm not even looking what it's worth now. I told you what you needed to be a millionaire. What, 26? But yeah, I know what the dude is. With Reed Womack, that's very disappointing when you've gotten someone into it, and then you find out that they had a weak hand and they thought they were doing great at 9,000 and they sold. Now, hopefully, my friend did not do anything like that. I just can't contact him about it. I mean, it wouldn't be the worst news in the world, but it would be uncomfortable. Now, okay, I'll talk to him one of these days. He's very busy with his children anyway. And again, he's busy with his children. This would be very good for his children if he still had if he had over $5,000 worth of Bitcoin that he paid $100 for it. Now, let us go on to what's this here? Okay, yeah, this is a pet peeve of mine. All right, guys, I've been telling you for quite some time that I've had my issues with YouTube, so I compete. I don't complain. I've given you guys so many alternatives that I'm on. All right, BitChute, Parler. Oh, I said the word. That doesn't get me in trouble there. And all the other ones that are linked to below that. I can't even think of their darn names. Minds. All right, there are plenty that I'm on. I have a backup channel. And it's not like those alternatives. I mean, people started flocking to the P word one before it got shut down. That was great, okay? But all these other alternatives I'm on. BitChute, some people have joined. Library, all right? You guys suggest all these things, and then you don't even visit them, okay? And I think you're just trying to be helpful, or I don't know what you're jumping in. And back in the day, people told me to get on this Mastodon thing. I looked at it. I'm like, this is so fringe. This is complicated. This is just a bunch of dudes. I mean, it's geeky guys talking about Bitcoin. It's all right. I only have so much time, and I didn't join it then, all right? And of course, people completely stopped talking about it. But now we're living through these times again, and people are coming to me, and they're like, Adam, are you on Gab? Are you on Mastodon? Okay, first of all, what kind of question is that? I link to everything below that I'm on, all right? And I say that every show. But no, I'm not joining those things either. I don't have the time. I've joined all these other things you suggested. Go to the other things, all right? All right, and I know you're trying to, and I know all of you are being nice, okay? But I'm just trying to put my foot down here right now. Stop telling me that stuff to join something else. I've joined everything, all right? I've joined for years now. I've been joining things when you tell me to join things. I can't do it anymore. I'm not going to keep posting on all these other things too. If you're not going to them, you're not going to them. You're still algorithm servants. You're still on YouTube. You're still on Twitter. You really are. I bet the people who tell me to go to the other things, they're the ones that are most addicted to the things they want me to leave and stuff. So some of them, some, I guess. But again, I went through this before. You said a year ago, 2 years, go to Mastodon, and you didn't even go there. You didn't even go there. And I'm glad I didn't go there either. And cool, it's a little clicky little place where you can talk about Bitcoin specifically. When I'm in social media, I want to talk about other things too. Okay, I'm not just I bring up other matters. I do the Beyond Bitcoin show and stuff. So I mean, I don't have time to be on Mastodon talking about technical matters of Bitcoin. I don't care about technical matters of Bitcoin, to tell you the truth. The Lightning Network and all that stuff, and that's all this stuff. I do it my way, okay? And I understand what you guys are doing. And stuff. I can't go everywhere, and please stop telling me to go everywhere. And please stop asking me where I am, because it's all linked to below, for God's sakes. It's just that you can't read. I mean, some of the questions I get asked are so silly. It's like people can't use Google. They ask me questions that could easily be Google. People, you're so dependent. Some of you are just, you can't do anything. You have to ask, you go to an authority. So many people come to me ask me these simple questions because I'm an authority. They could just use Google. I mean, they could just look it up themselves. It takes 2 seconds. People, we live in this time. We have so many awesome tools. People don't even use them. They still want someone to tell them what to do. It's so pathetic. Anyway, what else do we have here? So let me see so that's a little pet peeve of mine. Wanted to get that out there. And I'm on plenty other platforms. All right, it's linked to below. Thanks for the suggestions, guys. Please just read where I am. It's linked to below. All right, so what else do we have here? We got people going back and forth. Okay, so here we go. This is dude, do you see Cardano being better than Ethereum? Have you heard me say Ethereum is the next Ethereum? Have you heard me say Ethereum is the number 2 coin by far? It's nowhere close to Bitcoin, but it's way ahead of the rest. All right. So I've answered this before. Cardano is just toilet paper to me. I mean, this is a tissue. This is Cardano. It's been an altcoin flavor of the month a couple times. What's it? No, of course. I don't give a darn about it. Again, maybe you're trying to. I think you might be a nice guy, Ritwick. I think you've been here before, but maybe you're just a dude that wants me to say the name of your altcoin because you think it's going to make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference when I repeat one of these completely altcoin flavor of the month. Don't FOMO on altcoins. We've been through so many of these altcoin flavors of the month. Of course, they're going to make tremendous claims. We're better than. Of course, they're all trying to be the next Ethereum. They're all trying to be the next Bitcoin. They're not. They never will be. And people, you could gamble if you want to. And you could pretend, and you could try to get names said on chats. That's fine. That's fine. But no, it's not better than it. Dude, no one uses it, dude. People use Ethereum. There's no comparison. Bitcoin and Ethereum are used. The other one, no one uses the other ones at all. Maybe the privacy ones for little things here and there, whatever. It's just jokes. There's no comparison. No comparison. And this is not something that just Adam Meister says. It's anyone who actually has been around here for a while, all right? We've seen all the altcoin flavors of the month come and go. And I'm not calling them scams or anything like that. I mean, but if you really need a hardcore lesson, you go to Coinbase. You'll get a hardcore lesson in what scams. And maybe that'll convince you that this stuff is how ridiculous some of these things are. All right, and I do see there's someone over and over again in the chat, just being a complete cultist of the ego coin, man. All right, let's move on. So where do we have? We're getting. Oh yeah, and this Coinbase, they're Bitcoin guys. They are Bitcoin guys, and I do the TikToks for them most every weekday. Now, oh yeah, speaking of altcoins, great that you brought up Cardano because. If people want, if you want to be silly like that and get into that, that's your business. But the Bitcoin Inquisition screamers are going to go crazy at Coinbase because they don't like the way Coinbase runs its business. They think Coinbase should run the business the way they would run Coinbase, even though they don't have nothing to do. That it should only sell Bitcoin. Well, Coinbase just took another step to even sell more altcoins. Today, Coinbase supports trading for over 40 crypto assets on our exchange, and Coinbase custody supports over 90 crypto assets. The firm's chief product officer, I can't say the guy's name, it's hard to pronounce, wrote in a blog post, our directive is to list every compliant asset possible. Streamlining the listing process is step one. And he said, basically they acquired some issuance portal called Asset Hub, which is going to make it easier for them to even list more altcoins. Okay, good. Compete, don't complain. You run your own Bitcoin selling business. Okay, if you don't think they should be selling all these nonsense altcoins, they are selling nonsense altcoins. They've made it clear for years that is what they're doing. And Gemini sells some too, but they would have sold even more than Gemini. That's their business. That's great. Normies got to learn somehow. I mean, we're putting it out there. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin, but some people got to learn the hard way. And what's this? Parker Lewis says, more people own Bitcoin today than yesterday. I like that. And this is true every day. Bitcoin is monetizing around the clock. Now, that's a happy way to end it. All right. 2 p.m. tomorrow is This Week in Bitcoin. I will see you then, guys. I'm Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the DisruptMeister. Subscribe to the channel. And Charlie Lee is in the house. Litecoin is great. If that is really Charlie Lee, how you doing, man? Litecoin, it's a top-tier altcoin, all right? We can all agree on that. There's some that are in the top. Cardano's, what the heck is that? But there's some, we've discussed what defines a top-tier altcoin. What makes it, it's, PayPal list you, all the exchanges list you. I mean, the top tier, it's agreed upon what it basically is. It's roughly agreed. Bcash, Litecoin, Ethereum. I don't know what other ones are. Those ones get repeated over and over again. But you got to say the top 2 coins on earth by far, it's Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then you got your top tier ones. And yeah. All right. See you guys later. Thank you. Pound that like button.